Override successful. The path is now clear. You can access Dr. Hayden's outpost.
This is Dr. Elena Richardson. Log entry 006, February 9th, 2163. The only thing they fear is him. We watched as the Horde overwhelmed the very best and most advanced machinery and weapons technology that we could muster against the opposition. It was useless. They moved too quickly. They cared not for themselves, only sought out the blood of humanity. They were willing. They slaughtered thousands and millions more followed, but then he came. He cut through them like a sickle through a field. His fury surpassing their own. He is fast. Or relentless. I believe him now to be more than just a man. He is Doom.
Warning. All armed personnel, the mortally challenged have entered the compound. Evacuation is advised. Warning.
Okay, so here's the thing about I'm gonna knock it down to from it was 8.1. I'll knock it down to about 8.5 rather than 8.1 or full 8.1 because swapping between weapons sometimes take longer in hectic situations, especially in areas that have a lot of sludge and stuff. And sometimes that could be a pain in the ass because the button prompts with regards to your controller is not fast enough, or the command return command, it receives the command and then it give it back to you, doesn't trigger it fast enough. And there's also the fact that sometimes um, it will default to a weapon swap that you didn't choose before. So you have to always check every time you die what weapon swap you have on. Because I've noticed on many occasions I use sticky bombs, and then on certain occasions I just decide to default to auto shotgun, and I don't do that. And then there's also the factor of it's not really traversal because those things make sense, but it's more. Uh, well, I don't think is much of anything else other than that. Controlling with the swapping of weapons. I thought it was traversal with regards to latching onto walls and turning around, and the time it takes for the guy to actually turn around, or the speed of your controller with regards to moving around, vibrations, sensitivity, vertical and horizontal sensitivity. Well, that's all based on what I choose to fight with. If I want to increase or decrease, so that has nothing to do with the game. But with regards to weapon swapping, that has nothing to do with vertical sensitivity or horizontal sensitivity. So I have to knock it down to from 8.1 to about 8.5. But after this, I'm just gonna call it a day and then jump on Warframe. I'm only gonna do this for about probably 45 minutes today because Warframe has update. But so far so good. Every now and again I realize there's something bad about the game that I didn't take off points for, and today I made sure to do that. When you're in a hectic situation, you're moving fast. If the weapon swap don't go fast enough, or if the weapon wheel doesn't go fast enough, it has to do with you having to unlock more perks. Regards to challenges or regards to certain things, but by default, you can beat this game without, by the standard amount of perks they give to you, or standard amount of Sentinel coins they give to you, or Sentinel emblems or badges, whatever they call them, they give to you. Um, and of course, the other for weapon upgrade and stuff. So the game tells you that what it gives you, you can beat the game with. But if you want something extra, it also gives you extra stuff as well. So I know the amount of stuff is giving me with regards to what's in the mission by default, by the story or the progression from the beginning of the story to the end of the story. I could do so by those standard given default stuff. But certain things like quick weapon swapping, like if it's telling me that in order to do quick weapon swapping you have to get to the halfway point in the game, then that's not really that much of a good thing. So I had to drop it down by 5 points because I don't really need to get to the halfway point in the game for me to get a perk to swap weapons fast enough, or decide to put points into weapon swapping fast enough, but then leave my armor low, my health low, or other modifications that are beneficial to me. So there are certain things you have to make sure you give to yourself and not give to yourself. But I think by default the weapon swapping shouldn't take a long time to do at all. It should be as fast as the Doomslayer can move, as fast as the weapon swapping, unless making his weapon swap extremely fast is a good thing. But if the game says you can beat it without it, then I shouldn't be having this much trouble. I think it might have to do with receiving and transmitting prompts through the controller to the game itself, and then getting back feedback. So have to drop 5 points for that. I mean, not 5 points. Drop it down to a 0.5, 8.5 with regards to that. Yeah. So that's all I could say. Well, actually, 8 point, how would I say it? Like 8.25, 25. Yeah, because 8.5 is like, I don't know, 8.25. I think I should drop it like even more. Because if I have the one, it's a point 0.5 for the one. Yeah, I think it's kind of annoying. So 8.25 is where I am right now. I think so. I should keep it there. So that's where I'm going to keep it.
All ARC personnel,
Especially when
the
you're,
mortally challenged.
especially when you're in areas where there's sludge. Um, moving fast is very important, and swapping fast is very important. If the controller is not moving as fast as you're moving, then might have to do with perks or might have to do with receiving and transmitting inputs from pressing the controller. So I think it's a little slow. Um, so I have to give a half point off for that. Well, a little bit more than a half point, but not a full one.
Have entered the compound. Evacuation is advised.
Yeah, so you see in situations like that, there's sludge around that limits your movement. You have to think quick on your feet and swap between your weapons really fast. Um, yeah, and in those situations, it's let me see. It gave me something else with regards to prompts. Well, let me just check my inventory.
Warning. All ARC.
Let me check my inventory. Let's see, campaign. Okay. So far, 9 out of 49 missions. So technically, yeah, technically I'm not even, if you think about it from a 9 point perspective, I'm not even at the 25% marker. Maybe after beating the next boss, I'm at the 25% marker, because if I only finish 9 missions out of 49 missions, then I got a long ass way to go. So I'm not even close to the halfway point. But the fact that I'm already in the 8s, I'm not even close to the halfway point. Even if I drop it down to the 7s, it's pretty good. So just needed to see that. There's also the factor of I need to see the tutorial section with regards to certain things. So I'm gonna check the codex and let's see. Question mark, heavies, arsenal, tutorial, and Ratsooth. Okay, so there is one thing, another thing I'll take a point off for it, and then I'll drop it down to a full 8. In the tutorial, and when you unlock certain monsters and demons or even accessories, nothing is in alphabetical order. So when you're looking for something specific, they're all jumbled up, like ice bombs, blood punch. The letters are jumbled up, so they're not organized. So you cannot see exactly where, like typical alphabetical order, you would know exactly where to go and everything. But if they're jumbled up, you have to scroll and find them within the tutorial, which is not a really good thing. I didn't know who thought that was a good idea, but that's not good at all. So definitely back down to an 8 now. I I didn't check this the previous other 2 days or the last week, but I did see it today, and when I was looking for something else, and I realized, well, this is kind of annoying. So yeah, I'll deduct points for that. So I'm at an 8 right now. So now I'm looking for weapon swapping, fast weapon swapping, or the weapon wheel, for a quick weapon wheel. Um, I want to activate weapon wheel, choose all weapon, okay. And there's something else with the weapon wheel. I saw it just now. Fast travel, frag, ice bomb, sentinel crystals, runes, slayer, dash, playroom, okay, secrets, empower demons, empower demons. It literally told me in mission that you could switch between your weapons at an extremely fast rate if when having encounters with other monsters. Um, this is very bizarre. I would have to look for it. So I think I might take a full point off. So now I'm down to like 7.9 with regards to this, because now I can't find it. It was showed with regards to while I was in mission, and there's not like there's you know, a magnifying glass where you could just, okay, I'm searching for something. I want to find the name of this thing, so I type it in. There's nothing like that here. And so you think that they would at least try to organize it alphabetically, but it's not. And basically it set it in mission how to switch weapons fast from the weapon wheel while you're in mission, and then I went to weapon wheel. So apparently it stated something in mission, but it's not part of a tutorial. I don't see how that's possible unless I'm completely missing something, because this is story of Earth, this is lore, which I give it a 0.4. This is all lore, gave it a full 0.4. And I didn't give it a point for putting information in with regards to codex, such as description with regards to what type of monster they are, what class of monster they are. So I didn't give it a point for that. So this lore is one thing, but with regards to having an entire dossier of different of enemies, and to have them with detailed description with regards to them, so you could view both the image, as you can see here, as well as identify what are their weakness, what are their strength. Yeah, so every time I take a point from the game, I give it back more points. So it goes back and forth, up and down, because there are certain things I just don't remember, don't see, and I have to go back and go over many things to make sure I'm doing it correctly. Yeah, but there's no going over this over and over and over again. It's just not here. It's not here. It describes how to use certain weapons. It describes how enemies work. It describes what challenges are. But it literally told me I could do quick, fast swapping of weapons without using the weapon wheel in instant, but it's not present here. Which is odd to me, because now if I don't see it here, I can't do it because there's no reference with regards to switching fast. So yeah, and if it is there, it's hard to see because everything is jumbled up. So
evacuation is advised.
So that's why I would say yeah, it keeps going back up to 8, but then it drops to 9. So I'm back up to 8 again. With regards to not the lore, but with regards to having a dossier and extra information about Doomslayer, about monsters and stuff. It's not just about lore and history and stuff. It's about other stuff as well. So yeah, that takes time to do and to put it inside the game as well. But yeah, I just want the game to keep getting more points, but then sometimes you just see things that just don't make no goddamn sense. And you wonder why the hell they didn't do something about that. The most obvious is putting things in alphabetical order, but they didn't do that. So hopefully I'll be able to continue this. I'll stop within the next 15 minutes. If I don't beat this area, I'm going to continue this tomorrow. But I have to make sure I stated what those points are. Because I don't think I stated in the last video as well. Yeah, it really is an annoyance. Now that I think about it, when the weapon swapping is a little slow, because either transmission or you have to wait for perks that will come way later in the game, or well, not or, and there's also within the tutorial, everything is jumbled together and they're not in alphabetical order, nor can you organize and put them in alphabetical order. At least I don't see it there. So that's all I gotta say with regards to that. I'm gonna fight in this area and hopefully I'll be able to kill him fast enough. If not, I'll try a couple more times, but after about maybe the 10th or 12th time, I'll just continue this on Friday, and that's the best I could do. Depending on circumstances in my life, Friday is the only time I'll probably be able to do this. All right. Yeah, so it's very tricky because the floor is so it's very tricky because the floor is so sludgy and you can't jump when you're on the purple stuff. It's hard to move from side to side. I believe you can side dash, but you cannot stay in one place. It's like the game is training you to never to stay in one place.
All armed personnel, the mortally challenged have entered the compound. Evacuation is advised.
Like movement is very imperative.
This is Dr. Elena Richardson. Log entry 007. March 3rd, 2163. And with him...
Dr. Hayden's office laboratory is located at the top of this facility.
Attention. Emergency protocols have been activated. Please exit the facility now.
My God, Dr. Hayden was convinced he would come here for this, eventually. Can I just say that it is an honor for me, personally, to meet you?
Attention. Emergency protocols have been activated. Please exit the facility now.
We don't know how to access his main cortex. It's all alien. We couldn't figure it out. We have to, prepare for his careful extraction. We were given specific orders.
His life signal is barely readable.
Warning. Demonic presence threat level 5 entering main laboratory.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100% not gonna beat this dude today. I'll tell you that right now. I'll throw everything at him plus the kitchen sink. But I believe he's all about being accurate. I'm going to use super shotgun. I'm going to use the ballista when I'm close to him. And when I'm far from him, I'll make sure I use sticky bombs and other things. I probably won't use the rocket launcher because that's too damn slow. From what I heard about this guy, he's pretty damn fast. But thankfully, I'm able to slow down time if I jump in the air. So that should give me some time. I think I'll use the machine gun to take care of his dog. I don't know. I'll see how it goes.
Opening the portal now.
You were never one of us. You were nothing but a usurper, a false idol. My eyes have been opened. Let me help you to see, Slayer.
Yeah, I think I got him. It's not like he's I'm gonna use both of the weapons. Like in the tutorial. It says use both of them, so that's what I'm gonna use.
Warning. All armed personnel. The mortally challenged have entered the compound. Evacuation is advised.
Yeah, I'm gonna do exactly what it says. I'm gonna wait for my opportunity.
Warning. All armed personnel. The mortally challenged have entered the compound. Evacuation is advised. Warning. All armed personnel. The mortally challenged have entered the compound. Evacuation is advised.
So it's a step process thing. It's a step process thing. He's going to. The mission is going to allow me to.
Warning. All ARC personnel. The mortally challenged have entered the compound. Evacuation is advised.
Okay. I think I need to be a little bit fast with the switching.
Warning. All ARC personnel. The mortally challenged have entered the compound. Evacuation is advised.
I think my strategy was best. I don't think I'm going to switch between two heavies. I'm just going to use one weapon and then a fast weapon. A fast weapon and a slow weapon.
Warning. All ARC personnel. The mortally challenged have entered the compound. Evacuation is advised.
But he misses all the fucking time, man. Unbelievable, man. See, look at that shit, man. The super shotgun is better than that shit. You can't even lock on to this guy.
Warning. All ARC personnel. The mortally challenged have entered the compound. Evacuation is advised.
This aiming shit is annoying.
Warning. All ARC personnel. The mortally challenged have entered the compound. Evacuation is advised.
What the fuck? Yeah. Super shotgun for the win. You'll be here all day if you don't use the super shotgun. I like the I like this weapon believe it's, I call it a ballista, it's a devastator and stuff. But the fact is, it shoots in a straight line forward. Whereas the shotgun, it's a spread. So, yeah, I don't like it. See, it goes forward. Forward in a straight line. Whereas the shotgun, well, it goes everywhere. Here, 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 and here. So it's impossible to miss the target. They won't take a lot of damage, but it'll still stun them. Like, yeah, I don't use that other weapon. Especially for that dude, super shotgun. Now see, people struggle with this even on Ultraviolent. And the game even tells you you can use 1 or 2 weapons, super shotgun or the devastator weapon, the ballista weapon. And for the dog, they're like, man, all you gotta do is just be patient and wait, or switch between the ballista and a fast shooting gun like a plasma weapon that does more damage than a regular firing weapon, or just be patient, dash to the left, dash to the right, and wait for him. Now on ultra violent, it's not that bad, but I guarantee on Nightmare it's going to be very bad, and definitely a challenge. But regardless, super shotgun for the win. The only thing I would use grenades on, ice grenades or frag grenades, is maybe to stun his pet. But as far as I could tell, ice grenades don't work on them. Maybe frags, but I never even got the opportunity to use it. So that's it for right now. Yeah, I'll call it a day, and Friday will be the next time. So I would say it's I would say it's a solid 8 right now. Solid 8.